Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see in the future. Click that subscribe button and comment down below what you want to see in the future, like what books you want me to read. In today's video, we're going to go into part 2 of chapter 41 of Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is book number 2 in this series of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And man, we have just unfolded a big, juicy ball, and I don't know how she gets all of this like juicy information in the last 2 chapters of the book, and it just makes the whole book interesting, but she did, and we're gonna go right into that. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Part 2 of chapter 41. Breathe, breathe. There was a flash in the corner of her eye, and the flames exploded, the downstairs window shattering outwards in whirls of fire, and smoke climbed up and out, engulfing the outside of the farmhouse. It was incredibly hot, even 20 feet away, and there was a line of sweat running down Pip's temple as she pushed. Or was that Stanley's blood? Another crack under her hand, another rib gone. Breathe, breathe. Come back, Stanley, please, I'm begging you. Her arms were aching already, but she kept going. Push him, breathe. She didn't know for how long. Time didn't seem to exist anymore. Just her and and the crackling heat of the flames, and Stanley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Breathe, breathe. The first thing she heard was the siren. 30 and breathe, breathe. And then the slamming of car doors, voices shouting, and she couldn't understand because words didn't exist here. Only 1 to 30 and breathe. Someone's hand was on her shoulder, but she shrugged it off. It was Soroya. Daniel De Silva stood over them, the fire mirrored back in his horrified eyes, and she watched. There was thunderous end of the world, crash of the roof collapsed, caving into the flames. Pip, let me take over, Soroya said gently. You're tired. No, Pip shouted, breathless, sweat falling into her open mouth. I can keep going. I can do this. I can save him. He's going to be okay. Paramedics in the fire department will be here any minute, Soroya said, trying to catch Pip's eye. Pip, what happened? Charlie Green, she gasped between presses. Charlie Green from number 3022 Thatcher Road. He shot Stanley. Call Hawkins. Daniel stepped back to speak into his radio. Hawkins is already on his way, Soroya said. Ravi told us where to find you. Jamie Reynolds is safe. I know. Are you hurt? No. Let me take over. No. The next siren wasn't far behind, and then 2 paramedics were around in their dark uniforms and their purple gloved hands. One paramedic asked Soroya for Pip's name. She bent low so Pip could see her face. Pip, I'm Julia. You're doing really well, sweetheart, but I'm going to take over compressions from here, okay? Pip didn't want to. She couldn't stop, but Soroya dragged her back, and she didn't have the strength to fight her. And the purple-gloved hands replaced hers on Stanley's sunken chest. Pip collapsed in the grass and watched his pale face glowing orange from the fire. Another siren. The fire truck pulled up to the side of the farmhouse, and people peeled out of it. Was any of this real anymore? Is there anyone else inside? Someone was shouting down at her. No, but her own voice felt detached from her. The paramedic swept over. Pip glanced behind her, and a small crowd was there. When had that happened? People standing in coats and bathrobes watching the scene. Other uniformed officers had arrived, helping Daniel De Silva push the onlookers back, cordon off the area. And how long was it after that she heard his voice? She didn't know. Pip! Ravi's voice fought over the flames to reach her. Pip! She pushed up to her feet and turned, saw the horror on Ravi's face as he looked across at her. She followed his eyes down. Her white top was fully soaked through with Stanley's blood. Her hands red smudges up her neck and across her face. Ravi sprinted toward her, but Daniel caught him, pushed him back. Let me through. I need to see her. Ravi yelled in Daniel's face, struggling against him. You can't. This is an active crime scene. Daniel shoved him back into the growing crowd, held his arms out to keep Ravi there. Pip's eyes returned to Stanley. One of the paramedics had withdrawn, speaking into her radio. Pip catch only a few seconds over the noise of the fire and the fog, and heard it. Medical control, 20 minutes, no change, call it. It took a minute for those words to work their way into her head and make any kind of sense. Wait, Pip said, the world moving too slowly around her. The paramedic nodded. The other she slid quietly and pulled her hands away from Stanley's chest. What are you doing? Don't stop. Pip charged forward. He's not dead. Don't stop. She crashed towards Stanley, lying there, still the still and bloodied in the grass, but Soraya caught her arm. "No," Pip screamed at her, but Soraya was stronger, pulling Pip into her arms and wrapping her up inside them. "Let me go, I need to." "He's gone," Soraya said quietly. "There's nothing we can do, Pip, he's gone." And then things really came undone, time skipping, other words half heard and half understood. "Coroner" and "Hello, can you hear me?" Daniel was trying to talk to her, and all she can do is scream at him. I told you someone was going to end up dead. Why didn't you listen to me?" Someone else's arms on her, stopping her. "Detective Hawkins is here now, and where did he come from? His face doesn't even move much, and is he dead too, like Stanley?" Now he's in the front of the car driving, and Pip, she's in the back watching the fire recede away as they drive. Her thoughts are no longer in straight lines. They cascade away from her like ash. The police station is cold. That must have been shivering. A back room she hasn't been seen before, and Eliza is here. "I need to take your clothes, darling." But they won't come off when she pulls. They have to be peeled off, the skin underneath, no longer hers, streaky and pink from the blood. Eliza seals the clothes, and that's left of Stanley's inside a clear evidence bag. Looks at Pip. "I'm going to need your bra too." Because she's right, that's soaked red as well. Now Pip's wearing a new white t-shirt and gray sweatpants, but they aren't hers. And whose are they then? And be quiet, because someone is talking to her. It's Detective Hawkins. "It's just to rule you out," he says, "to eliminate you." And she doesn't want to say, but she already feels eliminated. "Sign here." She does. "Just a gunpowder residue test," she says a new person. Pip doesn't know, as he's placing something sticky adhesive against her hands and her fingers sealing them away in tubes. "Another sign here, to rule you out, you understand?" "Yes," Pip said, letting them place her fingers into a soft ink pad, and against the paper, thumb, forefinger, middle finger, and the swirling lines of her fingerprints, like the galaxies of their own. She's in shock. She hears someone say, "I'm fine." A different room, and Pip is sitting alone in a clear plastic cup of water between her hands, but it ripples and shakes, warning her of an earthquake. "Wait, we don't get those here." But the earthquake comes all the same, because it's inside her. The shakes, she couldn't hold the water without spilling. A door slams nearby, but before the sound reaches her, it has changed. It's a gun. It fires 2, 3, 6 times, and Hawkins is in the room again, sitting across from her. But he can't hear the gun, only Pip can. He asks questions. "What happened?" "Describe the gun." "Do you know where Charlie Green went?" "He and his wife are gone, their belongings packed up in a hurry." He was written all down too. Pip had read it out. Remember it all, sign at the bottom. And after Pip asked a question of her own, "Did you find her?" "Find who?" "The 8-year-old abducted from her yard. Hawkins nods. "Yesterday. She's fine with her father. Domestic dispute." And is all Pip can say to that. She's left alone again, listening to the gun no one else can hear, until there's a soft hand on her shoulder and she flinches. Even softer voice. "Your parents are here to take you home." Pip's feet follow the voice, dragging the rest of her with them into the waiting room. Too bright, and her dad's she sees first. She can't think what to say to him or Mom, but that doesn't matter, because all they want to do is hold her. Robbie is behind them. Pip goes to him, and his arms pull her into his chest. Warm, safe. It's always safe here. And Pip breathes out, listening to the sound of his heart. But oh no, the gun is in there too, hiding beneath every beat, waiting for her. It follows Pip as they leave, sits beside her in the dark car. It tucks itself into bed with her. Pip shakes and blocks her ears, and she tells the gun to go away, but it won't go. That is the end of chapter 41. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!